Hello everybody, Frankie Day here for Frankie Day Models. Okay fellas, back-to-back videos this evening. I have for you video 3, the final reveal for my fun build, catch-up build that I got started over a year ago. This is the Airfix 1600 HMS ARK ROYAL. It came in this red box in here. This is the Hornby kit here. The other one is probably has the blue Airfix logo up here. Well, sometimes it has yellow and has blue, the 72 issue. I bet this thing came out back in 1972. I'm quite sure it did. And this is still a fine kit, guys. There's a lot of flash on this thing. It's getting old. And I look for someday maybe Airfix may retire this kit. I don't know. But a lot of these old Airfix kits and these series right here are the molds are starting to tire. And that's why you got a lot of flash on there. So this kit here is not flash free. So get your number 11 blade all sharpened up, files, and polishing, buffing files, and start going to work clean parts before you glue them together. But an overall view, it goes together very well. No fit issues at all. They gave you Swordfish aircraft and also those Fulmars too they used. I started to put the air wing on this. I elected not to. Maybe some other day I'll get some good aftermarket fair Swordfish is 1/600 scale or close enough. I'll put them on there, but it looks pretty good without them. As a matter of fact, they're out there synced to Bismarck right now. That's it. Okay, guys, this kit there's no fit issues at all that I could find. I never had no problems all building this thing. This is the first time I actually built this kit. I know it's been in the market for a long time, and I've seen it in hobby shops many a times. And it's not that I didn't have the chance, I didn't have the desire to buy it. I guess inspiration or interest is more or less well said, or meant to say. Okay, the ARK ROYAL can be found on eBay. It can be found in your hobby shops, nearest neighborhood. If you don't have a neighborhood, if you need one really bad, I suggest you hook up with eBay, or you go to old model kits, and they have they got them there. These are gonna be here for a long time, guys. These ain't going nowhere for a while. So Airfix, they haven't thrown in the towel yet on these things, but I foresee someday they may do that and say, that's it, no more. Okay, and that said, let's take a look at this beautiful gallant lady that was torpedoed out there in the Mediterranean. Over 3,000 feet of water. This kit's simple. I kept it subtle and detailed as I could. I didn't want to overdo it because of the scale. There's no photo etch at all. Now, if I had photo etch on it, it'd be a whole different ball game for this kit. Trust me, it really would. And you know something, the more I build these small ships at this scale, you know, I'm really inspired in building a lot like this, because really at these small scales like this here, you really see the full scale of the actual vessel, how it looks at a distance. And the weathering on this thing is very subtle. I think it's just right. I don't think it's overdone or underdone. It's just right. I started this thing about 3 months, no, actually 4 months before the death of my wife. And I put it away, I put it aside like I do all the rest of my models, and go somewhere else, adventure for a while. And I see I see all these nice looking English ships and German ships, and all these wonderful models, in miniature, and it inspired me to finish this one up. And I like these. That 1/600 scale is it's a small scale, but it's a step bigger than 1/700 scale. If this thing is 1/700 scale, it'd be a lot more smaller than what it is right now. The rigging is done with sprue. All kits give you free rigging line. Sprue. Sprue's good stuff. Let me give you guys a tip about sprue. Sprue is challenging. Sprue is hair pulling. Sprue will drive you mad. Sprue will taunt you. And sprue is very easy to work with and to control. Here's the controls. This is when you heat an end of plastic and you pull one end to the other end, you stretch out a piece of sprue. Then you select a good fine piece of sprue and you cut it at the side. Be sure you tape it down so it don't blow off somewhere. When you add your attachment points to where you're going to hook up your rigging to, believe me, these small scales will not take household thread. Household thread is just like, it's like running a housing line through, it's too thick, out of scale. Sprue is in scale or out of scale. It's perfect for these size of models, especially in these small meticulous scales. Now with sprue, like I say, you do attachment point, like going from here to there, top of your mast. If it sags a little bit, and the worst thing you can do is pull the tension out of that thread, to pull that sag out. What happens is, pull up the mast with that, because once that sprue is glued on there, it don't take much for it to break off. So what you do is let it dry. Get yourself a heat source, like one of these. And you heat up a metal rod or a nail. Don't burn yourself. Just take your heat of that nail. I always use a nail. 16 penny nail, 10 penny nail, it don't matter. You heat, this scar's a nail, right? Here's your lighter. You heat that nail. You don't want that thing to glow, get red. You want to get good and hot. When it's hot, you just touch that sprue with it. That sprue will tighten up just like that. Don't do too much. You do that, you pull everything out of alignment. That's how you take the sags out of your sprue. That's what we did right here. So sprue is good stuff. I love sprue. But you just got to learn how to control the stuff. And you got to work with it. You got to bend it. You got to wrap to get, like, there's your netting antennas inside there. How I got them rigged up right there. I was looking at the real ARK ROYAL using Wikipedia. They have a sag in it once they pull the antennas out there. To get that sag you got to roll that sprue around a pencil, around a cylinder object. That way, you'll be able to have a gravity effect. Those string bags and those flow motors were very dire. I mean, really dire. And like, there's nothing you write nowhere to home with them and things. So I discarded mine. I know there's better ones out there. And this company right here, Trumpeter, they have an aircraft set. And with that aircraft sets, there's different scales. So if I ever run across any Fulmars or any swordfish torpedo bombers, I might buy them and paint them up and put them on here. But I left them off, guys. They don't do nothing to the build at all. Anybody's got one of these, build it. It's a very nice kit. It's a beautiful ship. I can see why the Royal Navy really loved this ship. It's really tragic that she got torpedoed, and watertight doors, everything was open, and she was flooding too quickly, and she rolled over and went down 1,000 meters of water. That's probably about 3,000 feet of water, 3,400 feet of water. So it's pretty deep out there. Black. And she's upside, her bow is completely severed from here forward. It's turned upside down. And there's the thing on YouTube I was watching on the Discovery. They found the ARK ROYAL out there. They didn't know where it was at, and they found her. And a very, very great documentary on that, educational and everything. It's really nice. Now I got on my build fleet. I'm going to start building my USS Baltimore, and like I mentioned on the video on the Emily Flying Boat on the Planet Reveal, this USS Long Beach has got a missile cruiser got over here, and she's taught me too. I'm going to go down to Home Depot tomorrow and get me some shells. I'm going to put some shells right over there by my doorway. There's a vacancy right there. I can put shells. It'll accept these small ships, you know. As long as I keep them small, I got plenty of room for them. They'll fit in here very well. I can see why they build smaller scales, you know. I like these small scale ones. You know, before I kind of said, too damn small. You know, but you appreciate the miniaturization of these things because they give the overall perspective of the ship itself. These small scales, just like my USS Maryland. That was beautiful. And like I say, you only go so far on these small scales. If you want to go beyond the tail, you better have some super duper eye gear. Something that's beyond magnifiers. The tools that brain surgeons use. Let me tell you about some eye gear. I went to a model show back in 1983, fellas. It was the IPMS model convention of 1983. People all over the world went there. I'm not kidding you. All across the pond, both ponds. It was really a very wonderful event. And they had this one guy. He had a dome. That dome was probably about 8 inches high and about 5 inches round. In the category, it was 1/72nd scale aircraft and larger. And they had this big dome right there instead of C-124 Globemaster. And of course, you always get some smart guy, you know. Guy goes, "Oh man, this has got to be some kind of a joke. This is stupid." Now, who in the heck put I don't see no Globemaster right there. So I don't see. All I see there's a big old dome there with a bunch of white stuff in the bottom of it, and a couple specks. I don't know what it is, but now whoever put this here, this is stupid. And he said, "Who did this?" The guy said, "I did." And the guy turned around and looked at him. And he didn't say anything after that. And he says, "Is this some kind of a joke?" He goes, "No. There's a Globemaster there." They gave him some glasses. He put these glasses on, and sure enough, there was. This guy was a brain surgeon. And he liked to build models. Unbelievable. I seen it myself with these special glasses that he had. He gave them to everybody. That guy won everything. It had a C-124 Glowmaster that was stationed at McMurdo Sound in Alaska. It was all aluminum with day glow dark red wingtips and tail structures, and it had sled dogs out there and everything. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Now, if you got gear like that, you can make this thing almost come alive. But like I say, guys, these small scales here, you only go so far. Over detailing what comes from the model, it'll actually make it look. It'll take the detail out of it. Everything being out of scale. Like photo etch parts is about the best thing you can do on something like this. I'm pretty sure they got 1/600 scale photo etch parts for a model for the Airfix series. But like I say, it's out there, but this is out of the box. And it shows you what you can do out of the box. For the weathering, I use pastels. I try to stay away from washes. I use washes sometimes. I gave this thing a coat of wash. Now after that, I went to Pastel City. And those pastels give it the fading of the paint and everything. You can see how the immersion of the whites and the gray and the rest is subtle too. Some of these vessels get very, very rusty, and the blues and the grays get all whited out. I got this one guy commented on my USS Alabama that I did maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. And he says, the weathering is overdone and stuff. I said, no, that's how they look. You got to realize when you got a ship that's at sea, at war, like the ARK ROYAL, you're in the elements of salt water, air, the elements of the sunshine, of everything, and the rust. It's hard to keep rust down off these things. I know these things because I was in the Navy. I probably deck crawled more decks, red led more decks, haze gray, deck gray, non-skid, more metal. And that guy ever built a model in his life, keeping the rust down. Anyway, guys, this is a very wonderful kit. Now, go down to Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby is a wonderful story. It's a model builder's kingdom. There's nothing they don't have there. I bought this plaque for about $6. It's sitting on here. This plaque here. This is 1/8 spruce strip stock. You get about 4 of them for about $2. That's good stuff. And I made some way blocks for display. Now, you can finish this wood if you like. I like it the way it is. I'm going to give it a coat of polyurethane. The ship will come off the ways here because I'm going to do that. I'm going to put natural polyurethane on it. And I'm going to go ahead and put 5-minute epoxy on the ways and put the ship back on it and nice and sturdy and seaworthy. Ain't going to go nowhere. The Airfix series are good kits, guys. They've been around for a long time. And you can get them cheap from eBay. You can at a hobby shop. Depends on the shipping and everything. Okay, guys, that's about it. I think that's about the conclusion. Frankie Day's getting tired. It's not time for me to go to bed, guys. I got to get up in the morning and go to work. I've been up pretty much all day long working, and I finished up the ARK ROYAL, and also got the Emily flying boat all done. It's just hanging up there in the ceiling with the rest of the aircraft of the crowded skies of the trailer. I'm the first guy in the whole world that has a trailer full of airplanes hanging from the ceiling. And it's my home, guys. But I'm gonna get my house by a couple of months. I'll be getting in that house next to that goat farm, and so things are going to start working for you quite well. And like I always saying, one door closes when another one opens. And I'm trying to keep healthy as I can, fellas. These models, they're my life. And I keep building and building and building until someday I won't be able to build. And I got a lot of stuff coming your way, pals. I got this big stuff. Now I got me some work table out there behind my trailer here. I took a picture of my Emily flying boat. And I'm going to probably be building some big stuff out there. And I got a nice storage shed right next door here. I could probably keep it in there when I'm not working on it outside. I just want to keep the outside out there because I bought me a Dumas PT-109. Matter of fact, it's right about over there somewhere. Right over here, right by the corner. And it's all wood kit, and I'm going to be done with fiberglass, so I'm going to be working outside on that. I don't know if I'm going to build this here or what, but I bought that. It was on sale, so I got it. Anyway, I'm glad I'm finishing these things up. These things, like I said, I started this thing about 4 months before the death of my wife. And I worked on it for about a couple of weeks or so, and I kind of put it away and went somewhere else, like we all do. But I got so inspired by watching these videos on there with all these miniature ships in miniature, and it's really got me inspired. It's got my attention. So I'm gonna build some more just like this. Once I got a whole bunch of 1/600 scale ones I got from Schultz's Hobbies, and I'm glad this man deals with old stuff like old Smitty does, Russ does, and I worry about Russ. I wonder how he's panning out right now. It's a shame we lost such a wonderful hobby shop. But like I said, one door opens, one door closes, another one opens. And guess what? Schultz Hobbies right there. Like I told him, man, you're a blessing. You guys are open. So, well, we get a lot of guys like you coming in, right? He's a new hobby shop. He's been in business now for probably a couple of years. Maybe about a year or so. He hasn't been in business too long. And he's just now noticed he's going to get a flow of modelers like me going there. So he's going to keep that place pretty well stocked with old kits and stuff. That's good enough for me. I got the Bismarck 1/600 scale. I think I made a very, very tragic error in buying that kit. I bought it as part of the 1/600 scale series. I looked at that thing and said, man, this thing's out of proportion. It looks like a stovepipe. It looks like the bell got stoved in about 60 feet. The superstructure is pretty decent, but the hull's out of proportion. I'm not going to build it. I've got an early Revell one too, but it's back in the early 60s. I think it's a 1/700 scale one or something like that. I got that in my stash. That's locked up and locked down in my storage facility. What I'm trying to do, guys, when I get my house, I want to get everything unloaded out of my storage facility and get everything moved in there. It'll probably take about 7 loads with my SUV, my Suburban I have out here. And that Suburban, boy, it got me moved pretty good. Man, I tell you, man, I had a rough year. 2019 was a bad year for me. A real bad year. And 2020. But now things are starting to sprucing up for me, and I'm really happy. And things will prevail. My life will go on. Okay, guys, that's about all I'm going to do tonight. It's time for me to go to bed. I'm starting to tire right now. This is the conclusion of my fun build and my catch-up build of the Airfix series 1/600 scale. The late, great, beautiful, wonderful, the Majesty HMS ARK ROYAL, the pride of the Royal Navy. And I built this model right now. The way I feel I built it for the sailors who died on this thing. And Royal sailors who served on it. Even Air Officer Mr. Moffat, Sir Moffat, who flew the swordfish bomber that dropped the torpedo that crippled the Bismarck. Okay, this is it for the HMS ARK ROYAL. This is it for Frankie Day. And it's time for me to hit the fart sack. Well, Frank's getting tired. And we'll catch you guys probably a couple of days now. I'll be having another video coming up. It's probably be, I don't know what's going on. I got shaken now. All I know is they got the hell diver, so probably the next video will probably be Friday. I'll have the hell diver done by this Friday. That'd be a gift from Freddie Duarte, who gave me the SB2C 1 hell diver. And all it needs to be, virtually it's almost done. So I'll have that coming your way. And also I got my Berlin Airlift group build. Got my C-54 Skymaster. All it needs to be primed in black and ready to be aluminum painted. And I'm going to be snaking in some model ships coming your way too. I'm pretty well caught up. I'm starting to catch up with all the stuff I got started, guys. These card models I have here, I can do those later on. It won't take me long to knock them things out. Just right now, I just want to catch up. I got started. Okay, just rambling. This is about enough for tonight. Okay, I get 2 videos down tonight. 3 models done in 2 days. Very proud of myself. I'm doing good. I'm knocking them out, buddy. Okay, this is Frankie Day for Frankie Day Models signing off. And make mom happy. Take care of the little ones. Stay focused when you drive. Beware your surroundings. Spend wisely. Like Stu says, get crazy. It's summertime coming up. Springtime's coming up here. Springtime's here. Well, look at it. And here it is. It's April. And birds out there and beautiful skies. So you got barbecue weather coming up and everything. And just please be careful out there, guys. Be aware of your surroundings, and please watch people and watch yourselves, and things will pan out. Don't worry. The good Lord looks out for everybody, and He's going to see this country go down, nobody. And so that'd be it for me, and it for the ARK ROYAL. Okay, we'll catch you guys by Friday on the video on the SB2C Helldiver. So stay posted for that. I also got some pictures I'll be posting of this. I'll have them posted tomorrow. I'm hitting the fart sack. I got to turn 2 tomorrow. So thank you very much, you guys, very much for your wonderful views and comments and candor. I'm very honored each one of you people out there. I love you guys very much. You guys have been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful audience to me. And if it wasn't for you, it would be no me. Okay, it's time for me to go. Frankie Day Models signing off. And we'll catch you guys Friday. So bye, boys.